Well, hello everyone, this is Dave from Australia with a garage update. Well, it's January 2023. Floods came in February 2022 and yep, we are still not where we need to be, but we're getting there. I've also had shoulder surgery, so this beauty has been on the stand since about March, and I'm not even sure I really started it, but I want to talk to you about exhaust pipes and what I'm planning on doing. Just before that, quick garage update. This is my FJR 1300 modern bike, planning a trip halfway around Australia sometime this year. And this is my R100/7 from 1977. So an interesting collection. All right, so beautiful original 1100F pipes. I coated them with ACF 50 about 7 months ago, so they're not as clean as they should be, but they're going to come off because I'm paranoid about damaging them, and they're getting so valuable. These are probably a 9.8 out of 10. These have probably got 1,000 kilometers on them since brand new. Maybe 1,500 kilometers. They were stored for almost 40 years, and I love them, but they're so precious. So I ordered some Marving exhaust pipes. This box came about 6 months ago, and it's been waiting on my shoulder to get fixed and everything else to get fixed. And so this is part one of the video. Part two, once I pull those pipes off, I'm going to wash them and then get some really close-up video of those original pipes. Then part three, I'll put the Marvins on and do a comparison. I might do a side-by-side comparison actually. I'll unpack those out of there, take these off here and do a side-by-side comparison just for fun. All right, stay tuned. Well, that was remarkably easy. About 15 minutes later, and we're all good. One of my studs came out with the nuts, but that's all good. Everything else will clean up quite nicely. I will replace these copper squish, whatever you call these copper washers, the ones that squish down. I'll replace those. I might also change my oil filter when the pipes are off now, because it's just so much easier to get to. So I haven't cleaned these pipes up yet. This is exactly as they came off about 3 minutes ago. That'll all clean up. I don't think that's an issue. And yeah, remarkably clean. I mean, they've been on the bike for about 18 months, and I've done about 1,500 kilometers. But yeah, I'll clean them up, make them more shiny, and then do a comparison side by side with the Marvins. Okay, so pipes have been degreased, washed down with a little bit of soapy water, and just hosed off. So I thought while they're off, let's have a bit of a walk around and kind of capture these pipes in their current condition. The headers, as I call them, they're in really great conditions. No dents or scratches on the headers at all. I'll flip the pipes over in a minute to get another view of them. I did a little bit of cleaning up here, and it's all good. That was a bit of grease which had turned into, I don't know, soot or whatever. Now that's all cleaned up quite nicely. The underside of these pipes are really nice, and it's kind of a reminder when you look at them that I reckon this is high temperature paint. This is not, I haven't touched any of these up. This is exactly as they came off. So it's not perfect, but I reckon this is chrome, black chrome, which we know we can't get these days in this distinct finish because of the environmental issues with using this, creating this kind of luster, fleck-like black chrome. But this looks to me just like high quality, high temperature paint. And then the mufflers, the same as the headers. A little bit of, I wouldn't even say rust, just oxidization around this area. Critical to keep these drain holes clear. A little bit of missing paint here. I could touch that up, but this is exactly how as it looked as I pulled them off. There's I'd say zero corrosion. The places where we tend to get it is on the right hand side in this area. I'm not quite sure the right hand side, ignore the helicopter. The right hand side, the 750, 900 and 1100 muffler systems tend to rust out here. This one looks really good. The heat shields are all in really good condition. Sankey 2048s. So this is essentially the underside. So it all looks to me perfect on the underside. I don't see any dents, no scratches on this one. Let's have a look at the other one. A bit of discoloration on the underside here. Nothing dramatic. Scratch, tiny scratch there. The hanging brackets look to be in great condition. Around from the other side, really I'd say like a 9.5 out of 10 from that angle. The reason I'm doing this is we don't often get a chance to have a walk around of stock super high condition pipes like this, so if nothing else I'm capturing it for my own benefit. Like as of today, this is how they look, and then maybe 5 years from now we'll do another walk around. Okay, actually there's a very, I wouldn't call it a dent, but I can feel a kind of dimple, a concave sensation there. Anyway, let me stop the video, I'll flip them over and do it again from the other side. Okay, so pipes flipped over. This is the more natural way of looking at them. I haven't polished these pipes. I could get some chrome polish to make these really pop. There's no WD-40 on these. This is just bone dry. I wanted just to capture, mainly for my own benefit, just how these look at the moment. Interesting, these clamps, right and left. This is all in really good condition. Not sure what that mark says there. I think it's upside down, but I'll look from the other side. Again, the muffler's really in great condition. When these mufflers have been on, I think in bad weather conditions for many years, you see, I think some expansion happening, and then you see this ridge appear. So inside these mufflers there must be a construct where there's a part of the baffling system. There must be some reinforcing along here, and then as these pipes contract and shrink over winters and summers, then that starts to appear, and that's not a great sign. I don't have that at all on these, which is really good to see. This one is also really good. I mean, there is discoloration between just kind of these two areas here. Got the bright sunshine coming out now. That's not an issue for me. Got a scratch across. It's not a. There's no metal showing, but it's a slight scratch there across the HMM G5A. That's stamped on all the US and European pipes, but I think in Germany, my good friend on the east coast of Canada will remind me, but I think there's a different suffix on the German pipes, because they've got a slightly lower, they reduced the brake horsepower slightly through probably more constricted muffler, and that code's different. But most of the world had these HMM G5 suffix A. So not much else to show. I might just show that other code which I was peering at earlier. What's that code say? 3, is it 3A? Interesting. 3A, or is it 8A? I think it's 3A, but on the other side, that looks like an 8A. Is that definitely 3A? I think it is. Interesting. Okay, that's long and boring. I apologise, but hopefully we've got a good snapshot. Let's just get one shot of these. Oh, that's messy. I need to clean that out. What is that? I think that's residual ACF 50 that's just pulled in there. So we need to do a better job cleaning those, but there you go. All right, I might get the Marvins out now and do a comparison. So hang in there. Okay, so I just unpacked one of the mufflers. Actually, disappointingly, this is really annoying. Scratches. How annoying is that? They're actually gouges. So someone's done that and then they got bubble wrapped, which is terrible quality control. How can you bubble wrap something and not notice? I think my only saving grace is they're on the underside. So I'm hoping, I think that won't be noticeable. Anyway, the main point of doing this is to compare the, try and compare the finish. Apologies for me shuffling around here. I'm trying to, I'm on the floor with the camera and it's not easy, but the finish is really interesting. This is, if you've been running these bikes a long time, chrome, black chrome has got a very distinctive luster. And the chrome used by Suzuki, Kawasaki, Honda back in the day had these little flecks. I don't know how else to describe it. Little, not metal flakes, but get really close up, you can see this just this little tiny flecks. You see it particularly on the grab rails on the pillion area of these bikes, but the pipes also showed it. So very distinctive black chrome. I think black paint, high temperature black paint. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'd rate it as good as you're going to get in terms of black paint matching the black chrome. You can't replace this. This is just stunningly beautiful. If this is the 10 out of 10, I'd give this 7 out of 10. But from a dimensional point of view, I think I should perhaps measure them, but I think they're pretty, they look cosmetically pretty close. That there's a bit of paint, I wouldn't call it a run, but some protrusions of paint there. So not super high quality. Here's a dead giveaway with Marvins. If you ever see these chrome or zinc plated rivets, interesting. I wonder if anybody watching this video can answer in the thread, but I wonder if these were ever chrome or zinc. I don't think so. I reckon these were always out of the factory, this black finish, as opposed to, I don't think they ever looked like this. I don't think they ever looked like this on the stock pipes, but right, there you go. Next video will be hopefully with these on the bike. Okay, one more video here. Got the pipes disassembled. Got two of the headers here on the bench. Just wanted to see if I could capture that beautiful black chrome and that fleck that you see there. Hopefully you can just make out that fleck that sits in the black chrome. Really beautiful. Okay, here we are with the Marving pipes now on. Oil change done as well. They look pretty good and they went on relatively easily. The only challenge I had was these two fitment points here. Just a little bit difficult to get lined up, but it took an hour or so to get those lined up. Also my heat shields, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I've got this bracket position with the bolt very easily accessible. Maybe if that bolt was twisted around this bracket, maybe the heat shields would fit on better, but I'm going to leave the heat shields off anyway, because they didn't fit flush, so I think I'll just keep those heat shields safe. One thing I'm disappointed with, and I haven't dropped these pipes at all, but there's a very small dent in here as I unpack them, which is really annoying. It's just bad quality control. You know, the paint finish, it's not great. It's good enough for $1,000 set of pipes, but you know, that's just careless probably post-manufacture handling. Anyway, I'm not going to send them back from Australia all the way back to Italy, so there you go. What else can I point out? This bike is not, this bike's been sitting here for 6 months. Well, I've got over my shoulder surgery. It needs a really good clean, but you don't get the rubber stand. Interesting the way that mates to the rubber. They could have angled that bracket a bit better, I think. Sorry, they could have angled that bracket there a bit better to match up, but those dollar pipes, you know, these are not Rolls-Royce standard pipes, are they? Otherwise, pretty good. I've changed the oil half an hour ago, so I'm not overly impressed with that paint finish, just on the where the header attaches to the cylinder head there. It doesn't get any worse. You know, it's not a brand new set of pipes that haven't even been on the road yet. Look, but I guess I'd summarise by saying they're $1,000 set of pipes. They look good. The paint finish is pretty good. There's those scratches that came out of the factory. How annoying is that? But at least they're shielded. And I guess the big takeaway is my super original Honda pipes are now safely in storage. There you go. Thanks for watching.